Let go, rewind, gunshot forward, rewind.
What?
What? This man. That's his island bag. All right, guys, I have a question. I need your help. Because I don't want to be a hater. I don't want to make it seem like I'm cheating. Because I don't want Albert to come on here and accuse me of something. But the Knicks Clippers game, me, Jeff, and Albert got that one wrong, I think. Kyle was the only one that picked the Clippers. I went back and watched the footage from that recording. It didn't make it to episode 40, but I had the leftover footage. And when we were making our picks, Albert said
Clippers versus the Knicks.
Whew, it's a hard one.
I got the Knicks.
I have the Knicks too because PG and Kawhi are out.
I was just about to say that. If they out, I'm picking the Knicks. Let's go.
I'm still picking the Clippers.
The Knicks are gonna win either way.
Bro, you crazy.
So he said, if they are out, I'm picking the Knicks. But they weren't out. And they did play. So do we give him that dub?
I will go ahead and give it to him.
Oh, I ain't so sure about that. But he gonna say, yeah, I picked that.
No. Run it back.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyron, are you gonna allow Albert to remain in second place?
No.
And Jeff says yes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Of course, I'm gonna say I should be in second place. I think I should flip a coin.
Like he had.
I'm gonna do it.
Knicks
I'm gonna do it
win.
behind the scenes though, and I'm gonna let you know what it landed on. Well, we'll determine this when Albert comes back. We'll talk about this next episode. So since we're undecided. What's up, Podsters?
Let's go.
Welcome back to Pod Time. This is episode 41.
Yes, sir. Dirk Nowitzki.
The GOAT. This is an episode dedicated to him, Dirk Nowitzki.
Sir.
Isn't that Jason Kidd though?
Yeah, you can disregard him. I mean, he's a great point guard, but this isn't episode 2 or episode 5. This is all about Dirk. So all of our topics today consist of Dirk, our top 10 Dirk favorite moments, iconic moments. The first time we saw him shoot the one leg fadeaway. Why is he the greatest of all time? That was our topic. So I know I sent you the list of topics last night. Are you guys prepared to discuss these topics?
Greatest of all time?
Yeah. Well, actually, Kyrie, you're disqualified because you need to apologize to this man, look him in all six of his eyes, and tell him, I apologize for saying that Anthony Davis is better than you.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. You said it.
No.
Well, I think you agreed to it. And then you said the man moved like he had concrete feet or something like that.
Yeah, look, he looks slow on them bobbleheads.
That makes him even more of a GOAT because he didn't have to worry about, or he didn't have to use his athleticism to dominate his opponents. He used his mind and his finesse.
Agreed.
They kind of say the same thing about Luka. Because they say everyone's wondering like how he moves so slow, but it works.
That's why when Albert was like going crazy when Paul Pierce said that he could see himself in Luka, I didn't overreact to that because in a way, they're kind of built the same. They do kind of maneuver the same way on the court. They use their body to get into the paint because they're bigger than most guys, unless they're like a 4 or a 5, but then they still know how to use their body to their advantage. shooting style is sort of the same. They don't really have a jump shot where they elevate, kind of like a Kobe or a Jordan. So they're usually under the rim type of guys. Every once in a while, you'll get a dunk where you're like, okay, his head kind of grazed the rim, but other than that, it's just that they have a longer wingspan than most normal people, and that's how they're able to dunk. But really, he's a Paul Pierce hater, but I could see what Paul Pierce is saying.
They pick their spots, man. Go slow. They don't got to move fast. They just pick the spots. Luka do a little Euro step. Paul Pierce jump shot. I would say jump shooting kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean Paul Pierce was cold, but this isn't about him. This is about Dirk.
41. Best Maverick until now.
No, forever. Forever. If Luka can win, even if he wins 2 titles, I don't even think that will put him over Dirk. But what are you trying to say, Jeff? If he wins 2, he's the best math?
If he wins 2 and if his stats surpass Dirk, then yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. So he has to have more team accomplishments, and then his individual stats have to be better. Okay. I agree with that then.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
Dirk silhouettes on the court. Not changing that. Don't he have a street in downtown?
Yes, sir. Yes, he does.
Yeah, they're gonna change that to Luka Street.
No.
You can't say it doesn't go together.
It doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't.
Think about it. 2348 Luka Street.
Boy, that sounds about playing with that. Luka Street.
Exactly.
Luka Street. Luka Boulevard. Luka Avenue. Something else. Luka Street.
Luka Avenue.
Luka Way.
Luka Way. Oh, I like that.
Oh, okay.
That's cold. That's cold.
Yes, sir.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But guys, why are we talking about other players? This is episode 41. It's about Dirk.
Recency bias. Hey, you got the jersey out.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was my number in high school. I ain't got a jersey.
That's why your shot was so wet.
Yes, sir.
No, it's because you drink a lot of water.
What?
Oh, God. Well, guys, we're actually going to talk about Doncic. We're actually going to talk about other people besides Dirk. I just wanted to bring him up for the beginning of this episode, but we're going to move on and talk about other things. And Doncic is a guy that we're going to talk about. We're going to hit on the fact that the Mavs are struggling right now. They have this like 4 or 5 game losing streak. Excuse me. So they're on this losing streak, and Luka has kind of expressed his frustration. So I'm kind of nervous because we see with players, if their organization isn't winning, they're pretty quick to submit that trade request. So, and we talked about this, if there is there loyalty in sports, and I'm wondering if there will be another player like Dirk where he plays 20 years with the same team. So that scares me. And Jeff, I mean, for him to win 2 championships, his team has to make the playoffs first. We're like in the 13th place.
They're way down there, man. I don't know if it's going to happen at this point.
Yeah, the Mavericks aren't doing right by Luka. I mean, it's still early because it's his second year. No, third year.
Third.
Yeah, so one, he's still on that rookie contract, so he's not going anywhere. Now, is he going to re-sign or do an extension? That is to be determined. But while he's on this rookie contract, the front office needs to do a better job at trying to either get draft picks to build around him, because we all know that Luka's going to be like, he's the guy. We thought the moves that they made this offseason was going to help, but it looks like it's not.
Man, I think they have some people around them. I think they got some shooters around them. They have some I don't know. I don't know what they need, honestly.
Well, one, Porzingis needs to stay healthy. I feel like if you give Luka like a good solid like 2, not even like a shooting guard or anything, but like just another star, which should have been Porzingis, but he can't stay healthy, so he got to go.
Yeah, they have a bunch of role players.
Yeah, so you
and
need
stars.
if you have aspirations to make the playoffs, you need at least another star, and then you can have role players from there.
I like the idea of acquiring Zach LaVine.
I think that would be good actually.
Pick up their
He's a-
energy. They do play
yeah.
slow.
He's a pure scorer. And then you get him you get those two a center that can just strictly focus on rim protection
Mm-hmm.
and rebounding. And I think we have a better all around squad. But right now there's a lot of holes with this current squad, and they're not getting the job done. Now if they make their shots,
Yeah.
then they can outscore teams. But right now they're averaging like 109 points per game. And 20 years ago, that would get you to the finals. Now that gets you 13th place in the Western Conference.
Everybody's scoring 140 plus, bro.
Yeah,
We're going to talk about two teams, a matchup that was in our starting five where the final score was 149 to 146.
Bro, it's like a new norm. I'm not even like surprised anymore. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
like
man.
double overtime numbers back in the day.
All-star
Yeah.
game numbers.
Give
Yeah.
it about 4 more years, and we're gonna be hitting 200. Our
When
team's
they
gonna
add-
be hitting 200.
When they add that 4-point line, definitely in the 200s.
I can see.
They're
it
not
happening.
adding a 4-point
Man.
line.
That's probably what they said when they were only scoring 2-pointers. Man, they ain't having a 3-point line.
For real.
Big
For
Three
real,
is
though.
doing it. They may just adopt that.
These
That's
people shoot
true.
from logos
Hey.
and everything, man.
Yeah, low key. I mean, they might as well because you have Steph and you have Dame shooting from so deep. So
Mhm.
LeBron did it a couple of nights ago.
yeah, LeBron ain't consistently doing it though.
No.
Hell no.
Good old Brian. Let me introduce us. I haven't done that yet. I am 1/4
I
of Pod
forgot.
Ties,
I did too.
Dylan, and these are my brothers / co-hosts, Jeff. Drip Jeff in the building.
Money team.
We asked Albert to go on load management for today because this episode is strictly basketball. He knows nothing about it. So we were like, just take the day off and come back for Friday's episode because that's our Super Bowl preview. So he's taking the day off. He isn't gone permanently. He will be back. Now to the guy that never takes a night off. The one,
Yes, sir.
the only, Kyron.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Starting
let's
five.
go.
Last week, we had the Trailblazers versus the Rockets.
Oh.
And I'm the only one that picked H-Town to win it.
Man.
Let's go.
I watched
That's
that game,
crazy.
bro. That game was amazing.
Let me pull up the stats. But answer this for me. Is this one of the best trios in the NBA?
Has the potential to be.
I call these guys chip on my shoulders trio because
I like that.
Christian Woods played for numerous teams, played in the G League, was an afterthought, had a breakout year with Detroit last year, signed a lucrative contract with Houston. He's balling out. Like the other night, he only missed 2 shots. He was 10 for 12 from the field, and they won the game. I forgot who they played, but they're on a winning streak. Yeah, John Wall, who missed 2 years. I didn't think that he would ever be an asset for a team. I thought he'd be a liability on both ends, but he's playing really well, hasn't lost a step. And then Victor Oladipo, Obviously, there was something that went wrong in negotiations. Indiana, um, they didn't. Bless you.
Thank you.
They didn't extend his contract, or he didn't re-sign during the offseason. So he was set to be a free agent. And then they were like, we're just going to go ahead and trade you. So he also felt like the organization turned their back on him. So, yeah, 3 guys plus Boogie Cousins who they all felt disrespected by organizations in the past few years. So I'm definitely impressed by this squad. And I think they're better without the distraction, James Harden.
They definitely are. Man, I seen Christian Woods play the other day, and Dylan, you said it. He said he's gonna be the leading scorer of the Rockets team, bro. And that man is going crazy. He can shoot the 3, shoot the mid range, which is a lost art in basketball today. Dunk on people, bro. Like, you can do everything.
Yeah, you can. And he gets to the free throw line, which when your team has more free throws than the other team, it usually results in dubs.
Yep.
I laughed at Eric Gordon when he said that Christian Wood will be our AD. And I was like, dude, whatever you were smoking during the off season, you need to stop that, because
the man was not capping.
He was not capping. He definitely saw something at training camp and practices to have that much confidence in a young guy like this. Jeff, what happened to the Trailblazers, man? It just seems like Damian Lillard, it's a one-man show. Is it his fault that his guys aren't stepping up to the plate with McCollum and Nurkic out? Or is the fact that they're not scoring, he doesn't have too many teammates that actually score like double digits or 20 points? Is that why he has to do it all on his own?
It's a mixture of both. I've said it before here on this podcast that Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, that 2-man ball, it's not playoff basketball. It's not winning basketball. Now CJ's not even performing. So basically it's just Dame. He has to do it all on his own. And we all know one man can't do it. So it's a sad case, but unfortunately, Dame, you got to go.
He got to go? Where he going?
Well, it's either he get out of there, or the organization tries to help this man out and get a better squad around him that can actually help. Because I mean, Dame can score 60, but you shouldn't have to score 60 points. Like, let's be honest. Yeah. Like, if you're scoring 60, if you're scoring 60 points, like, something's wrong. Like, you're taking way too many shots.
Like Bradley Beal. You score 40 plus points a night, and you're still walking to the locker room with your head held low because you just got your butt whooped. And that's kind of seems what's happening to Lillard right now, because McCollum was like top 5 in points per game.
Crazy.
Up there with Lillard. And he's out, and Nurkic is a great facilitator, because I don't really see Damian Lillard as a facilitator or McCollum. Those are guys that when they get the ball movement it just stops because it's a one-on-one basically in isolation. So when Nurkic is out there and he's in the post or he's at the top of the key, he's able to kind of get those guys moving without the ball, and then Lillard can come off the screen or something and get that wide open 3-point jump shot. But without that, the offense is pretty stagnant.
And when was the last time this man played a game or a full season?
Nurkic?
Yeah.
Probably when he was with the Nuggets before they traded him to Portland. And probably even then he never actually played a full 82 games. Well, I'm glad I got that game right. So starting 5 is looking up for me right now, looking pretty positive. Now the next game, never mind. Well, that's good while it lasted.
Luka look confused.
Yeah. He wants to play for the Jazz. He's not even looking at Tim Hardaway. He's like, "Y'all want this ball?" Tim Hardaway's like, "Hey, over here. The basket's behind you." Well, Utah came in on a hot streak. They were the hottest team in the NBA. They had won 10 games in a row after they beat the Mavs on Tuesday. Donovan Mitchell was out, and I think he was out again for this game. Yeah, he was out again, and they still won by 19, 120 to 101. Bogdanovich had 32 points. He was 10 for 16 from the field and 7 for 11 from the three-point line. Another efficient night. And then Gobert had 17 and 12. Conley had 22 points, 9 assists. Their bench, not too much production off the bench, but Jordan Clarkson is looking like a sixth man of the year.
Yup. It's going to happen.
Recipient. You think he's going to win sixth man of the year?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anybody else stepping up.
Luka Doncic had 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. And Porzingis and Finney-Smith had 11 points. That was the second best or the second highest numbers out of that starting five. And then
Trash.
Hardaway had 2 points and Josh Richardson had 6. Now, Warren, some of these guys are just coming back from being out for 2 weeks because of health and safety protocols. So they have to get their legs back under them. And then there's been a few injuries, but
2 weeks is not that long.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, there's no excuse, especially with Donovan Mitchell out. You should have at least played a little bit more competitively, and I think that's what Luka was expressing post game. He was like, "We go out there and we look like we're just giving it 50%, playing very slowly on defense." Because when you play defense, you have to have passion. That's when your true love for the sport comes out on the defensive side. Offense, everybody loves offense. Everyone loves when the ball touches their hands. But on the defensive side, when you have to stop the man in front of you from scoring, that's when it shows that you really play this game because you love it. And he just felt like they were just there to earn a paycheck or to get a paycheck, not even earn it, because they didn't earn it that night. Just to collect the check, what you just said, Jeff. And he was like, we have to play a lot better. And they lost to Phoenix the next game, but he liked the effort because they were up by double digits, even though they lost. Not great, but it's a better outcome than what it could have been. So I guess there's signs that this team is starting to gel again, but they played tonight again against Phoenix. I don't know what the final score was, but hopefully they won so they can start winning again and get back into that top 8 of the playoffs.
Now, the question is, with Luka being the superstar, how can he take on that responsibility and try to elevate his team and take them to the promised land? What can he do better?
Leadership.
Yeah. Talking to the media about what's going on and what they need to do. He needs to talk to his teammates about what they need to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I agree. He's been doing that.
Yeah, man. These young kids.
Yeah, he's 21. So that leadership may come at some point. Yeah, but what you hope, especially as a fan of the team, I hope that what he said to the media, and it wasn't disrespectful in any way. He didn't point fingers. I think he also took responsibility for not playing at his full potential. But you hope that was just to kind of like tell the team, let's play a little bit better. I'm putting it out there to the public so they know, and maybe that lights a fire under you when you see that headline, when you read it, listen to the soundbite, whatever. So it wasn't disrespectful. But hopefully at the same time, he told his teammates this prior to the post-game interview, like the exact same thing, or maybe something that is a little bit more, not aggressive, but stern, direct. Like, hey, direct, like not being around the bush. Hey, we got to play better, guys, because it's not going to do it. Especially in the Western Conference, we keep playing like this, we're going to be a lottery team. And that wasn't the expectations for Dallas. People had them as a top 4 team. I didn't. I still think they're a year or two away from even being contenders at all. But I at least thought that they would make the playoffs, not 12th 13th seed. That's more
Right.
Warriors like for me.
Bro, we sneaking in there, man.
Oh man, y'all playing better.
Yeah,
Steph is
they
playing
are.
better.
Okay, Saturday matchup. This was a good one. The Lakers only won by 1 point, so it definitely didn't disappoint as far as the hype for this matchup. And the NBA is just greater overall when these two teams are at the top of their conferences.
Mm.
It's not the Celtics Lakers. I don't think there will ever be a rivalry between these two anymore. I think the players, the young stars, they take pride in this matchup because of the history. But there's really no rivalry unless these two meet up in the finals. Then I think that rivalry will be reignited. But what a great matchup! You have the best of his generation, LeBron, and then Tatum, who we've said it before. He looks like a guy that could take that torch once LeBron hangs it up, and he showed it Saturday night with his co-star in Jaylen Brown. How do you guys feel about that duo? Are they top 5 best duo in the NBA?
Yep. Easily.
They're killing it.
Because everyone said Tatum he would have an even better year because each year he's had a breakout year. He hasn't really declined at all.
Yep. Only up from here.
And then Jaylen Brown had a great rookie year. And then sophomore year wasn't so great. And I think last year he started to show glimpses of the star that he could be, the all-star. And then this year he's definitely proved that he's an all-star. Like he will be an all-star if they have an all-star game.
Mm-hmm.
They combined points, 58 points. And then LeBron and AD, they had 48 points. So it was a great matchup. How do you guys feel about that final 2 possessions where
Man.
AD, he had the ball, he posted up, and then Kemba stole it, and then little outlet pass to who was it? I think it was to Jaylen Brown.
That's to Jaylen Brown. Kemba to Jaylen Brown. That lead
Yeah.
pass messed up Jaylen Brown. It was too out of his reach. So he tried to,
Was it too far ahead?
Yeah, too far ahead. He tried to throw it back and he got it. Possession of it, but
Caruso almost stole it.
Yeah. All that time just got ate up off the clock. And he threw it. Yeah.
But
Kemba, he did the step back shot. It's from the UConn days. I thought it was gonna be cash money.
Yeah, he had a good look. He had the space.
Yeah, man.
Are you concerned if you're Danny Ainge, Brad Stevens, and front office coaching? Because he went 1 for 12 in that game, and he hasn't looked like Kemba since he sat out those first few games with the knee injection or minor surgery that he had in the offseason. So are you worried, and are you thinking about shipping him off? Because he was in those trade rumors, I think, going to like Indiana or something, in the Gordon Hayward deal that they were trying to pull off.
Yeah, he's on a slow decline. He's not on like a steep decline, but yeah, he's trending in the wrong direction, man. So I would say in about 2 years. How old is Kemba?
Late 20s.
Yeah, he's not old at all.
Probably like 27, 26. But my whole thing is like, who's going to be the replacement?
Kemba.
Marcus Smart. Yeah, he's averaging 6 points per game, and you don't really need a pure. I mean, Kemba's not even a pure point guard, but you don't need a pure ball handler.
He's 30.
He's 30.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's time, man. Like 2 years or so.
This is supposed to be his prime.
Yeah, it is. But
I feel like
I think those knee injuries are bothering him.
Yeah, especially his play style.
Those days are over.
But like, I feel like for Boston to reach their full potential, I feel like you need how can I say this? I feel like they need like not a pass first point guard, but like a point guard who can facilitate but also put the ball in the basket at will. I feel like that plus Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, their play style, because obviously they're wing players. So if you can facilitate and get them like going and everything, but also you as a point guard contribute as well, I feel like that'll be a recipe for success for the way the Celtics are, and also get a solid big man down there, which I think they have.
Who's their power forward though?
Tatum.
Oh,
Jason Tatum.
yeah. So
Yeah, he's
Who's your
been
shooting
playing the
guard?
4.
Huh.
No, Smart is there.
Smart.
Is
I
there too.
always forget about him. I thought he was on the bench.
Jaylen Brown used to play the 2 when Gordon Hayward was the 3. Now I think he moved up to the 3, and Tatum's been the 4 for like the past. Ever since Hayward went down with his injury, he's been the 4 ever since like his rookie year, which is fine. Like in today's game, he can play the 4. That's totally fine. I don't see him as the best defensive player, but he's good enough where he can play the 4 and bang bodies with those guys. And on the offensive end, he's always going to have an advantage because if he is going up against another 4, they can't guard him on the other end either.
Nope. I don't know what they need. Honestly.
Yeah, Jeff, do you have somebody in mind as far as like that guard that you're saying be a facilitator, but also know how to score too?
Who's available or who they can trade for?
Trade for who would just be like a perfect fit?
Yeah, I got nobody.
Is it Lonzo Ball in some trade talks?
But Lonzo, he has a facilitating part, but he doesn't have that go get it. Like he's not gonna put the ball in the basket. I mean, he'll facilitate the heck out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was possible, I say LaMelo Ball. That would be a better fit. I mean, because he'll facilitate. He'll also put the ball in the basket, and he's also young, just like them. And I feel like he'll be able to gel well. But Lonzo, I just don't. I can't see that.
Well, LaMelo's about to get put in the start lineup at his team, so
He
it's
already
not
did.
happening.
He already did.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
He played tonight.
Yeah, he started tonight. Since Terry Rozier is out. I was going to text you too because I think he dropped like 27 this weekend in the game.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did against Indiana.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah, he's
heating up.
And like the runaway favorite for Rookie of the Year.
I be trying to tell y'all, but man, y'all gonna listen to me one
bro.
day.
I said it too.
I was over here trashing Jeff all the time for being his groupie, but now I understand why he, enjoyed his game so much. I can see it now. And then I just see like his teammates' faces when he makes a play, either it's a pass or when he scores, they light up. And I think it's because they actually enjoy playing with him. He seems like a cool guy to be on the court with.
Yep.
Now off the court, he would probably get on my nerves because he's young and he just seems like he didn't have a care in the world. But
like he just poke you. That's what he looked like.
Yeah. Yeah. During film session, you're watching it, you're trying to focus on something. He's over here. Hey, where'd you get those shoes?
Hey, kid. He probably is.
You gonna eat that?
Hey, give me some of your tots.
After one game, he like I think did like a nipple twist to Biombo.
Biombo.
That boy was about to kill his ass.
He was mad. He was mad at him. They think he was mad at him because he was trying to get a triple-double and the game was close. And rather than just like holding the ball or something, he was trying to get that last assist. And Biombo was like trying to tell him, "Hey, we don't give a damn about your triple-double. We're trying to win the game." And LaMelo was probably like, "Man, get out my face and just twist it up."
Hey, kid. Hey, well, I mean, he got the triple-double the next game, but I mean, if it was there, if it was me, I would have shot the shot. I was mad he didn't shoot the shot. But I mean, if there was just like another second left on the clock, then he would have got that assist. So
yeah, I mean, don't get mad at me because you never on triple-double watch.
That's
grit game may possibly be a finals matchup. I don't really think so because they're at least two teams better than them. But maybe in the future, Boston just needs maybe just one more piece and two more role players or something. But the future's bright for them, especially with those two stars. I'm actually glad that Danny Ainge didn't watch that episode where we had the original segment talking about trade for James Harden. That would have been a disaster.
No.
Oh, yeah, big time. Like it's not even working in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's working.
You said it is working?
It's gonna work. They winning games.
But it ain't working out.
I guess you didn't watch Sunday's matchup.
No, I didn't.
Well, that's the next game. But this one, Clippers versus Knicks. You had Kawhi Leonard and Paul George come back after being out for safety protocols. I guess they were probably in close contact, so the team just wanted to be safe, or that was just them basically saying load management, but but not really coming out and blatantly say that, hey, they're just taking the night off. But they did beat New York at Madison Square Garden. Lillard had 28 points, and George had 17. Reggie Jackson had 18. He's in the starting lineup since Patrick Beverly's still out.
Yeah, he make that switch too.
And New York, Julius Randle had 27 and 12, 5 assists. Is he an all-star?
Better be.
It's too early.
What do you mean? That man balling.
I'm seeing a lot of Jordan symbols on these jerseys. What's going on?
Yeah. I think certain teams have the Jordan brand logo. And I think maybe all 30 will have them at some point. I don't know how they determine who has which one, like which team has Nike and which one has Jordan, but some have been debuting the Jordan logo as the year progresses. So I don't know if all 30 teams will have Jordan.
Yeah,
you like it?
I don't know.
You see that meme I sent you where it was like LeBron and his jersey, the Lakers, and it had the Jordan logo.
Oh yeah.
He calls himself the GOAT, and Jordan's like, "But you have my logo on your jersey."
Yeah, exactly.
Then when did we switch from Adidas to Nike, and now
It was like 3 years ago.
A few years.
Yeah, I've just started getting used to Nike.
Yeah, the check looked nice on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess you get used to the Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Now the guy in the center, Emmanuel Quickly, the dude is a baller. He's the truth. Is he also in that conversation for Rookie of the Year?
Nah. Oh man, he
Okay, well, not someone that's biased. Let me ask Kyron, because I know you're just gonna say LaMelo.
Man, he's in that conversation, but he's not making enough noise for him to surpass Melo, man. I don't think it's going to happen.
See,
he's making enough noise for in my eyes or for my ears because I hear about him a lot. Whenever there's a guy that's a rookie that no one even thought of, like no one was checking for this man, as Jeff says. He'll appreciate
That's true.
that phrase. So since no one was checking for him, and he's balling out basically every game, coming off the bench, and he told Lou Will, "You're my favorite player." So he may be a future 6 Man of the Year candidate because maybe he mimics his game after his favorite player. So that's a great player to have for years to come if you're the New York Knicks. Yep. So, well, what I'm trying to say is since he came out of nowhere and New York media and Knicks fans, they've been begging for a young star. You get a guy like this who plays well every night, they're going to overhyped this man
That's
for years and years. Like when he plays bad, they're gonna dog him. But since he's been playing well, that he's like the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah, it'll happen. He'll get his hype in New York most definitely. But as you said, he's gonna play bad. They're gonna be like, "Boy, why we drafted dude?" They're gonna be like, "Oh, we love him." The next game.
Yep.
You got to give these rookies time, man.
That's true. But these organizations, they want results quickly. And I think that's just society norms now. You know, instant gratification, instant success.
The microwave effect.
Yep. Just like
Sometimes
the
you
Nets.
gotta-
What are you
Oh,
gonna say?
I was gonna say sometimes you got to put something in the oven and let it bake, man. It tastes better.
Yeah, not out of the box. You need something that you made like from scratch and put in the oven. Not something you
Yeah.
put in the microwave.
Yeah, like picking up James Harden, thinking it's gonna fix your problems.
boy, it's 82 game season, man. They about to go crazy.
He didn't even play in this game. I think it was because he knew that Russell Westbrook was going to guard him all 48 minutes. So he's like, nah, I don't want him to guard me.
Yeah, he gonna get hassled by that man.
Yeah, because I heard this earlier. This was Westbrook's Super Bowl. This was his finals Game 7 matchup. Going up against Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
former teammates
James
Jeff
Harden.
Green, James Harden, and he didn't get the invite to the party. He's like, oh, really? Okay. Y'all don't want to join forces with me? Well, I'm about to kick you. And, they had a slow start. They were losing by a lot, by 18 in the first quarter. And then second half, this team is not more talented than Brooklyn. I won't even lie. But as far as hustle and resiliency and just going out there and putting everything out there, that's exactly what they did. And they were underdogs. Like no one thought they'd win. All four of us picked them to lose. So they're like, we have nothing to lose. So let's just go out there and play basketball. And they started to have a lot more ball movement because in the first half it was just isolation ball, Westbrook, Beal, and then when Hachimura or Abdia got the ball, it was they would shoot and just bricks after bricks after bricks. And Bertans came off the bench. He played a lot better. Robin Lopez played well in the paint because DeAndre Jordan, if you're not driving to the basket, he's ineffective.
Just stand there.
Yeah, I mean, he can protect the rim at times, but when he's defending in the post, just simple post moves you can do on him, and he didn't know how to combat that. So he's almost like a liability on defense. And then Kyrie Irving said post game, I couldn't guard a stick out there. Like I couldn't guard a stick. And Russell Westbrook dropped 41 and Bill had 37.
They got two. Well, they got a 3 and then the steal and then another 3. It's like, how you let that happen in crunch time?
Yeah.
And you let Westbrook shoot the 3 at that.
And smack that thing.
Straight swish, bro.
Unconscious. Like he didn't even think about it. He was like,
nope.
I'm shooting this.
That's
one
what
else
it's called
is.
Lazy, man. They were just playing lazy.
Yeah, Joe Harris, I don't know what he was thinking that inbound pass. It was just lazy. We didn't even like do the fundamental follow through with the pass. He just here. Hopefully you get it. And I saw what happened because KD he did cut the opposite way because he saw Matthews and Westbrook going where he was going, so he tried to cut last second. So Joe Harris didn't see that.
Let it go.
Yeah, he had already let it go, so it was too late. And Matthews gave it to Westbrook and
Straight drained it.
If only he was Spider-Man, he could have brought it back.
Well, Durant is the Slim Reaper, right? Or Durantula, whatever name they call him. So,
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Donovan Mitchell is on the Jazz.
It's that spider. But no, that was the original Durantula.
Yeah, Durantula. Both. I think he hates both of those names.
Yeah, he didn't like that name.
He definitely didn't like Slim Reaper. I heard, so that's why Devontae Smith at Alabama was like, "I'll take it."
For real.
But yeah, man, those final few possessions were insane because it didn't look like Washington would win. They would lose again, like they've been doing all year. Then the tables just turned out of nowhere, and Bill. It all started off with Bill because I think they were down by 5, and Bill just came down the court.
Oh yeah.
Also another, just
hezzy.
unconscious pull up, and just, I mean, it was beautiful the way it went in. It was like so smooth. His game is so smooth, man. Now he sucks on defense, but so smooth on offense. That's why
he's
he's
both ways.
Yeah, that's why he's a leader as far as points per game this year. Like he's averaging over 34 points, and then he's at number 2 with 30 points per game.
Ooh.
Yep. So you have 2 top scorers, and you had like one of the highest games of the year, 149 to 146. That's crazy.
Yeah, can't believe this is the new norm, bro.
Y'all see the first quarter numbers for Houston Rockets? In tonight's game against OKC, they scored 48 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
What are they doing? Well, I was playing Olay defense. It's like, oh, you can go. Like,
It's the layup line.
For real.
Kyron, what's up with your former OKC boys? Why can Russell? Why is he so effective when he guards KD? Because KD is almost a foot taller than this man, but for some reason, when KD's being guarded by him, it's like Tony Allen's guarding him or something. Like,
because
why does he have like the mind game advantage over KD?
It's like when you're that tall and you have someone just like that, like short and like stocky on you, and they get down in their defensive stance. Believe it or not, it's hard to get past them. You do all the dribble moves that you want to do, but your only really options really is to shoot over them because their hands are always going to be, where the ball is
around the basketball.
Exactly, clawing for the ball, and they're gonna get it most of the time, I would say. So if you're not pulling up, it's gonna be a tough night. Tough night for you defensively. I mean, offensively, you can get hassled the whole time.
He made that hit. You would have dunked on him?
Yeah.
or they'll foul you and you'll just go to the free throw line.
Exactly. Gotta be physical. KD though, he wants no parts of that.
No, now with Westbrook. Westbrook start to chopping them gums. Westbrook has a hot head. KD don't want he don't want that smoke. He knows what it's like playing with Russell Westbrook. He knows what it's like. I'm sure they've had a lot of back and forth playing together. That's why KD left. Like he left Golden State because of Draymond. You have guys that challenge you a lot. He don't want any part of that.
Yeah,
not at all. Little weenie.
Whoa, calm down. The man is still a bucket.
Yeah, he a bucket until you get into his head.
And he's still gonna drop 30.
Yep.
Yeah.
He dropped 37.
He's gonna leave and go to his room and create a burner account.
Well, he still dropped 30.
He had 21 in the first half, and then he had 37. So he still scored 16 in the second half. But Westbrook made it his top priority to guard number 7, and I think he did a damn good job.
He should. That's how you do it, man. When you're that guy, you say, "Hey, I got you."
Yeah, I'm gonna still get 30 dropped on my head. That's what happened.
That's fine.
Westbrook has something to prove. He's been called out a lot this year, and people always say. Albert said it when we made our predictions last week. He said, Westbrook, when he goes to a team, the team just turmoil follows. Like there just seems the team always seems to be a lot worse when he's added to that roster, to whatever roster he's on. But I think that's kind of harsh. because he definitely gives it 100%. And in this game against the Nets, he gave it 110 because KD was on the other side, and we all know how that divorce went, where KD didn't even tell him, "Hey, I'm going to the team that just eliminated us in the playoffs a few months back." So he's not over that.
Nope.
I wouldn't be either,
And
low
he will
key.
never be.
It's like, bro, I thought we were boys, man. You could at least call me, shoot me a text, man.
Facts.
On to the Wizards or something, or another team, or rather than going to the Warriors, who's already a stacked team. But
Yeah, that was a weak move, but whatever.
he won 2 chips. It was the I think it was the right move.
It has an asterisk. It has an asterisk for him.
Nah.
No, it doesn't.
What you mean, man?
It
He
does.
was. Oh my goodness. How?
Cause, bro, like,
This man wasn't on the bench. This man was
nah, he wasn't on
shooting
the
in the
bench,
gym.
but bro, like, look. So check. Here's the thing, man. When you take a talent of KD's magnitude and put it with the Warriors, who were the hottest team at the time, like, what do you expect?
Exactly. That man don't care. He man burnt his. I don't know how many years he was in OKC. He was tired. He said, "Let me go get me some rings. Let me complete my NBA, career."
And guess what that comes with? An asterisk.
No, it's not
Now,
an
if he
asterisk.
wins,
It's not.
it is asterisk. If he can win with the Nets or another team, then it's like, okay, you got
That
it.
ring didn't come with a asterisk.
It did.
Wait a
There was no
minute.
asterisk in the box.
It's imprinted in the diamonds.
Oh my goodness.
Wait a minute. If he wins with the Nets, 2 other All-Stars, then it's not that's not an asterisk next to that. How does that work?
Because
This team is talented just like Golden State. Now
no,
they don't play the same way.
No.
They don't play the same way, but they're expected to win the finals just like that Golden State squad.
There's difference between being expected to win the finals because you look good on paper and actually like being a legit team. The Warriors were something crucial.
Yeah, they won 1 and lost 1 without him, and then they won 2 with them and lost 1 without him. I guess you can say, because he didn't really play in that finals. He played like 15 minutes. It's not an asterisk, Jeff.
It is.
As Kyron said, he gave basically his whole first half of his career, a good
That's
chunk
his
of his
fault.
prime at OKC.
That's his fault. He should
How's
have did
it
a
his fault?
LeBron. He should have did a LeBron and take his talents to South Beach.
That's exactly what he did when he went to Golden State.
Yeah, after like 20 extensions.
LeBron played the same amount of years with Cleveland before he decided to dip.
But see, LeBron did it differently though. He went to South Beach. He didn't go to
This man said,
Golden State. He didn't go to
a
the
bad
Bay.
team. Who says that?
Miami was already a winning culture. They had just won the championship 4 years before LeBron joined them.
Was it 4 years?
Yeah, sadly, they won in 2006. Cover Curry years, Dirk. Bring back nightmares.
But still, but 4 years, and the only person that was there was Dwayne Wade, and then they brought Chris Bosh. Like it just seems more reasonable. They're trying to get back to that. Back to that winning culture. Golden State was already hot, bro. They was the hottest thing in the game, bro. That's like Drake. Drake's the Golden State Warriors. Drake, the hottest rapper in the game at the time. And then you get Kendrick Lamar that comes to OVO.
We know.
No, it's exactly. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Me as a Warriors fan, it's an asterisk.
The Warriors were hot, but
Fire flames.
It wasn't 100%. There was no guarantee that they would win.
It was
the championship. They obviously didn't win when they were 7-3-9 against a fully loaded Cavs team, because the year before they played a Cavs team where LeBron had to score 40 plus points a game, where with no Kyrie, no Kevin Love. and his second best player was Matthew Dellavedova. So of course the Warriors are gonna win that championship.
Yeah.
This guy.
So they needed KD.
Oh, they did need KD.
You can win
Now-
73 games all you want and break the record for most regular season wins, but when you don't win a chip, it doesn't mean anything.
Nope.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. I mean, Matthew Dellavedova did a good job guarding Steph, but at the end of the day, the Warriors are still a juggernaut. And then you add Kevin Durant, the ultimate juggernaut suit. It's like, come on, man.
What the heck?
Man, if LeBron had did that, man, he would have got crucified.
He did. He went to Miami.
Exactly. What the heck?
He got crucified. He was the villain that first year.
But that's not
You
the
think these
same,
players
bro.
care,
That's
man,
not
what the media say?
same. That's not the same. Like, look, imagine if LeBron, after losing to the Warriors, decided to say, I'm going to take my talents to the Bay Area and join forces. He would have got murdered.
For sure.
He was not gonna care.
He
wouldn't
wouldn't have.
cared. He wouldn't have cared. His legacy would have been tarnished forever.
LeBron does care because he does consider himself the GOAT. But Kevin Durant has said it before. When he talks when people ask him about like writers or anybody that talk about him in a negative way because of his decision to go to Golden State, he's like, these guys, they think that they're important for the game or something like that, that they're immortal. And you're not, because we're here today and we're gone tomorrow, and we're kind of lost in history. When you think about like Will Chamberlain, this man's not even going to consider one of the greatest, and he averaged so many points. Bill Russell won all these championships, but there's something decades later that will disqualify him, because for us, we don't see him as the great because Michael Jordan was, before our time, but we have YouTube, so we've been able to see highlights, and we have our parents to tell us how dominant this man was. We have Kobe, we have LeBron, all these guys. But in about a few decades, probably not our kids, but our grandkids, they're going to say LeBron, he was overrated. He really wasn't all that great. He was going up against, they're going to say something like, not milkman, but something to the equivalent of today's time. And we're going to get upset. Oh, y'all know nothing. They're going to tell us that Bronny the Fourth is the best player of all time, but we're going to be like, no, his great-great-grandfather was the best.
Hey, that's facts though. But I mean, at the end of the day, as the years progress, these players are getting bigger, faster, stronger. So, and the game's evolving, and less defense is being played. But I mean, it's hard to compare, generations.
It is, because the style of play is different.
Yeah.
And it's hard, because Bill Russell, when he was playing, there was only like 4 teams in the league. Now it's 30.
Yeah.
So does that take away from the fact that he's won like 11 chips? I don't know.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take away the championships itself, because obviously he did win them, and he has freaking
one for his pinky toe.
Yeah, exactly. Like he has so many, but I mean, you have to take into like the impact on the game and the level of competition and everything. And that's what some people like these LeBron fans are trying to knock Jordan on. But like Jordan was just a beast. LeBron's a beast too in his own right. I mean, he has had to go up against freaking all these super teams, but that's it that he started.
Yeah, that's true. Joining forces with other all-stars, superstars. That's true. So you can't knock it if you're the inventor of it.
Yeah. That's why I respect Golden State, because all of them, they were homegrown.
Yeah, except for KD.
Yeah, he should never came, but I'll take it.
If you're a Steph Curry fan, you should be glad that he decided to go there, because you know how many championships Steph would have? 1.
He would at least have 2.
Negative.
Yeah.
Was Harrison Barnes? Andrew Bogut?
Yes.
Get out
That
of
team
here.
was great.
Great for that 1 year because LeBron didn't have his other two co-stars with him, his sidekicks.
Quick reaction.
We haven't played this game in a while, but with all the NBA rumors out there, I wanted to get your reaction on a few of these. So we have 5. Jeff, please remember to give us your reaction. And don't have us guess. I'll make sure to go back.
That takes the fun out of it.
Oh, okay. Well, let us guess then, since you want to be Mr. Funny Guy. This first one, Kyron, you brought it up earlier. The Lonzo, they're thinking about moving on without him. So he's on the trading block, him and veteran guard JJ Redick. And there were some reports that New Orleans and Jeff's team, Golden State, were talking. And possibly having Lonzo and JJ go to the Warriors and Kelly Oubre play with his 8 team for the last 2 months. Now, Mr. Hyatt, just talking. We'll try to figure out your reaction.
All right. We'll do it that way. Now, originally.
You're going to put an emoji instead?
So when I first heard this, I was furious.
See?
I was like, what in the world is going on here? Why would they do such a thing? But then I took a second to sat back and I thought about it.
Optimism.
Say, yeah, Kelly Oubre trash.
That he is. He's complete trash. If you cannot perform well with the Warriors, I don't know if the lights are too bright for this man or what the case may be. But Steph Curry is a humble person. He's a superstar that does act like a superstar. Klay Thompson's not even there. The Warriors share the ball. So if you can't get going with the Warriors, then you can't get going anywhere. So you know what that means? You got to get going.
Yeah. I just think the role there for him is not, I don't know, man.
He's trying to fit into the system, and
exactly.
he's not a 3-point shooter, a consistent 3-point shooter. So he has to play his game. And I think with this Warriors team, I think they allow individual players to play whatever makes them comfortable, but I think he's forcing it. I think he's watched a lot of Warriors game. He's like, let me be that 3-and-D type of guy, and that's just not his style. And it's showing with his 3-point percentage. So he has to go back to that slasher that he was, drive to the basket, yam it on people's heads. But if he can't do that, then it's time to move on.
Definitely. So I actually like him with New Orleans. I feel like that may be a better fit, especially with the young group that they have there. But JJ Redick, he's really the one I'm excited for. Let's get him in the Warriors uniform. Let's get him with popping them threes. Lonzo Ball, I gotta agree with you, Dylan. Coming off the bench, he'll be like Sean Livingston. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
plus,
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yes, sir. And then also, you can even throw him in the starting lineup every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not the starting lineup, but you can throw him in and run with the first unit because I feel like him and James Wiseman, I feel like that would be nice.
I didn't think about him.
You know what I'm
saying? Dang. Yeah, they need to make that happen. Make that happen, Bob Myers.
Let's go.
But, okay, so if he closes out with them, like what I was saying, because I totally forgot about James Wiseman, and you have Ball, Curry, Thompson, who out of Wiggins and Green goes on the bench? It has to be Wiggins, right? But you need him on defense, and he's a lot better shooter than what he was at the beginning of the season.
End of the game.
I say end of the game. You just go small ball, have them all in there.
I'm picking Wiggins, bro.
But if you want Wiseman in there, or is Wiseman going on the bench?
Yeah, no, he definitely is not going to the bench. I
They're gonna keep Draymond in, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if Lonzo's out there, you have a facilitator. That's usually Green's role. But he's the heart and soul of that team.
Exactly.
I mean, he can still, encourage you and cheer you on from the bench. But I don't think that's what Draymond.
If Lonzo's there, Draymond's going to the bench for those final minutes. The man only scored like 1 point. So,
he should go to the bench.
Because look, here's the thing. If it's a closeout and say, the other team got the ball, they miss it. Lonzo's going to grab that thing. Everybody else is going to jet down the court.
Outlet.
Outlet. And then you're going to have Curry catch it for a 3, or Klay Thompson catch it for a 3, or JJ Redick catch it for a 3, or James Wiseman get it and dunks it. Like, bro, like
half court lob.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Hey man,
I'm over here. I'm about to make this team on 2K. I win the championship.
Right, Bob Myers a letter.
Hey, Bob Myers, if you watching this, bro, get me in that front office, man.
And we only won 10% of the deal because we definitely there are already reports of this happening, but we made it sound so much sweeter than the reports.
Yep.
Like just the way that we're imagining this team. Like I like that. I like them together. I think that's perfect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So, Kyron, do you think that this was a thumbs up, heart, or exclamation for Jeff?
Exclamation.
Exclamation. I'm gonna say heart. I think he has a lot of emotions tied into this potential trade. What do you think it? What do you give it, Jeff? Was it the exclamation or the heart?
I gave it a heart because I loved it.
Boy, I'm on your head.
I'm on your head. Boban.
All right, well, let me see if you guys love this. Tristan Thompson said that he believes his jersey should be retired by the Cleveland Cavaliers. His name should be up there in the rafters with LeBron James when he retires, and maybe even Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, those guys. He thinks that he should be a part of that retired jerseys section of the rafters. Do you agree with him? What do you think about this, Kyrie?
Well, you say you weren't gonna laugh at him, but I am. Say ha ha. I say ah ha ha. This man is on one. What are you smoking, Tristan Thompson? This man, best season was probably last year, and he averaged 12 and 10, which isn't bad. But boy, ain't nobody check it for you. Check it for your jersey. Go though, man. I should turn it to a boy. I'm on your head segment. It's a quick reaction.
Real talk, man. That man, goofy.
So we won't be seeing this just on my Photoshop image that the intern made.
Yep.
He should put a goofball on his forehead.
This man just wants his jersey to be retired somewhere, and he spent most of his career in Cleveland. That's all.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the time. I'll put it in the work. Retire my jersey.
No. You'll get a bobblehead.
A bobblehead.
So what you trying to say?
Yeah, he'll get a bobblehead for his troubles.
Even the greats get bobbleheads. Look, Dirk has 3.
Hey, thank you for your service, Tristan.
He'll get all his unsold jerseys back from the team store.
You gotta sell them on his own.
He said bobblehead. That's funny, man. Speaking of Cleveland big men, all 3 of these big men are linked to the Brooklyn Nets. You have Kevin Love, JaVale McGee, who's won a few chips. I think 3, right? He won 2 with Golden State and 1 with LA. So
Yeah.
he has the championship experience, and then you have Drummond, who's like the top rebounder in the league. And for some reason, they're saying he's a buyout candidate. I'm looking to trade the man first before I even try to buy him out. But if Brooklyn is able to get one of these guys in a trade or in one of the, if they're bought out and then they pick them up in the waiver wire, what's your reaction to them being added to the roster that already exists? I'm gonna give this a thumbs up just because any three of these guys, this is definitely the help they need, because we all know just from the games that we watched, their weakness is defense, rebounds, offensive and defensive rebounds. And if any one of these guys is on that team, that helps them out tremendously. And then you don't have to worry about Brooklyn having to score 140 points to beat their opponent. You can actually score 120 and win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the idea, especially if you get a Drummond on that team. Even a JaVale McGee is great, right? But Drummond, I think it's done with if they get Drummond. They get Drummond. LA's not beating this team.
Whoa, I wouldn't go that far now.
Yeah, they ain't beating them.
I don't think so. The Washington Wizards. Now, before that impressive win, Washington was losing several games, and they missed like a week full of games due to COVID. And Bradley Beal, it wasn't totally his fault. Now, I've said on defense he's a liability, but on offense, he was scoring 40-plus points. I think in that game against New Orleans that they lost, if I'm not mistaken, he scored like 62. Did he drop like 62, I think, in that game?
60, I don't remember.
Something like that, but I mean, he's the
crazy number.
Yeah, he's averaging 34 points a game. But you're not seeing anything from it. No positive results because they're in last place in the Eastern Conference. So with that said, should Washington start thinking about rebuilding, and should their first move be shipping off Bradley Beal to a team like Miami or another team that's one piece away? Because we saw what New Orleans got when Drew Holiday got traded to Milwaukee. Milwaukee gave up a ton of draft picks. And there's been a few other trades where teams are giving away numerous draft picks. The James Harden trade. Now, he's not James Harden, but he's right there in the middle between Drew Holiday and James Harden. So you would think Washington would get a lot of future draft picks.
Yep.
So, Kyron, do you think that Washington should go ahead and start making that move towards rebuilding?
I do. I give this a thumbs up, man. See, if you're Bill, you just want to get the hell out of Washington, out of that situation. And if you are Washington, in return for Bill and somebody of that caliber, you're going to get some first round draft picks, some role players. So I just think Bill needs to go ahead and request that trade and get out of there, man.
Steph Curry just surpassed Reggie Miller in the all-time 3 points made list. So you have three of the best shooters of all time in that top three. Ray Allen still at number one. Steph Curry is about 400 away from surpassing him.
He's going to get that this season.
Boy.
This guy.
There's no way.
370 once a year. Are you crazy?
Am I? Or is he the one that's crazy? Because he's going to do it.
I mean, the way they just throwing up threes is possible, but Steph Curry doesn't chunk up threes like a lot of these guys that watched him when they were in high school. These guys throw up threes like they have Steph type numbers, and they don't. They need to probably develop a mid-range shot. But anyway, with these three guys, my question for you two is, which one is the best shooter of all time? Is it Ray?
Is that really a question?
Is it Steph? or is it Reggie?
It is definitely Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry. Look,
What is
man.
your reaction to someone like a Candace Parker saying that Ray Allen and Reggie Miller are better shooters because they did it during a time where there was hand checking and defense was allowed, and they did it when 3-pointers weren't really a thing. It was looked down upon by coaches if you shot too many of them.
I mean, I can see the argument, but look, one, these dudes were basically spot up shooters. Steph Curry evolved the game. He made 3-pointers popular. He reached the masses, the little man out there who can't play above the rim. It's like, hey, there's another avenue, a way you can go. He's the reason why there's a Trey Young, Ice Trader gang.
Preach, brother.
He's a reason why there's, I don't know who else, but
not too many of them like him.
No.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So Steph Curry, he's not just a spot up shooter. He can catch and shoot. He can do it off the dribble. He can dance on you. He can do it all, man. Like it's so that's why he's considered the best shooter, and like the percentage and the consistency of which he does it, shooting from the logo and shooting from freaking downtown San Francisco, like Ray Allen and Reggie Miller, they weren't doing that. I mean, they were shooting at a high level, of course, which is, I mean, why their numbers are up there. But they weren't shooting deep. They weren't doing all this extra stuff like Steph's doing. And also, they were shooting guards. They're not the point guards. So on top of Steph getting his numbers, this man still got to run the whole offense.
Yeah, to an extent. But I get what you're saying. So you don't think Ray Allen and Reggie could bring the ball up the court, stop on the dime, and shoot it from 30 plus feet out? No. 40 plus feet out?
No,
I don't think Ray could.
Maybe off a catch and shoot, but
I don't think you have to pick those guys up at half court like you do with Steph. Yeah. Now, if you say Ray Allen from the corner, I'm taking Ray Allen all day.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, as far as like
that's still spot up though.
Yeah. What if you're down by 6 points and you need 2 to 3 3-pointers in less than a minute? Taking Reggie.
Taking Reggie, man.
Yeah, gotta go Reggie on that one. That man.
And I need somebody to talk about your mama.
You need someone to get into it with Spike Lee so you can drop 50.
Talk about your mama, your granny, and then drop you off.
But best shooter in NBA history, who do you have, Kyron?
I got Wardell. Mr. Wardell Curry.
Steph
380 something to pass Ray. So it's gonna happen eventually. And someone asked me this
season.
I like what? He's making shooting him in his sleep or something.
No, Jeff saying all he's doing for the rest of the year is shooting threes. No 2-pointers, no free throws. He's like, can I just shoot my free throw from the 3-point line?
Sir.
Somebody asked me this like a couple of years ago, man. And somebody asked me if Stephen Curry will have like more 3-pointers made than Ray Allen, like before his career is over. And at that time, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Now looking at it, I'm like, well, it's going to happen eventually.
The disrespect.
Ray Allen,
years ago.
Ray Allen and Reggie Miller, at some point, they're going to be like number 52 and 53 on the 3-point list.
Probably.
For all these guys, the way they shoot threes now. Look at James Harden. He's number 5.
James Harden, bro.
Exactly. But that's all he does is step back threes and whatever. But you know who's probably going to like surpass all of these guys? Trey Young. This dude already has like a crap ton of threes under his belt already.
Yeah. Because when Steph first played, he was still during those last few years of the era where it was mid range, a few threes here and there, but mid range, get to the basket, stuff like that. It wasn't just threes all day. So that first, and he was a rookie and still trying to get his foot in the door with the organization. When he had missed a good chunk of some games in those first few years because of ankle injury. So yeah, I can see Trae Young definitely being the all-time 3 points made player or whatever. So it's definitely a possibility of that happening. But the best 3-point shooter is definitely Jason Kidd. He's number 10 on that list.
What?
But since he was the guy that had to make sure the offense was flowing and he had to be facilitated first, he couldn't really show that talent that he really had. So if he played in a Steph Curry type of system, then he would have had about 5,000 3-pointers made. But it's unfortunate.
Most improved 3-pointer because he didn't have one when he entered the league.
Yeah, they called him Ace and Kid because he didn't have a jump shot.
Dang.
This man got beat up by Vince Carter, who's a dunker.
He got beat up by him.
He got beat out.
Vince Carter turned
Vince
into
Carter was like a 6.
Boy.
Yeah. Vince Carter played like 40 years, and then he became a 3-point shooter those last 13.
Yep.
But I'm going to go with Steph Curry. I agree. He's the best shooter of all time. And just the impact alone, I can't ignore it.
Yep.
Because he definitely started this whole wave of shooting just obnoxious amount of threes. Like it's not even. I like some of these guys. Seriously, you really have to stop shooting threes. Once you go 1 for 15, try something else. The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing and thinking that you're gonna get a different result. And a lot of you guys out here are insane, and you need help.
A lot of them can't even shoot, man.
But look, man, shooters are gonna shoot.
They ain't shooters.
Yeah, shooters are gonna shoot. Yeah, exactly, Kyra. Yeah, non-shooters should not be shooting. Yeah, from the 3-point line.
At all,
That's true.
All right, Kyra. Highlight of the week.
Wait. Cue the intro.
Yes, sir.
Dun, dun, dun. What's tomorrow? Let me check my watch.
The second.
February 2nd. Thanks, Jeff. All right, man. We have number 1 in the West against number 2 in the East.
Okay.
Y'all know who it is?
No.
But I do.
The Hornets versus the Magic.
Oh, negatory, boy. You were way off. Brooklyn versus the Clippers, bro. That is tomorrow. That is the game that is on my radar.
Claw.
Yup.
Okay.
Versus
who do you
Kevin Durant and yeah, this is tough. I don't know who to choose. But I'm gonna go with my boy. I've been picking the Nets all season, and I'm gonna pick him again.
Well, Karen, I thought you were gonna talk about your boys in the NCAA. The Sooners, they jumped ahead 15 spots. They were number 24 now. They're currently number 9, and I think they played Tech tonight. So the reason for this 15 spot jump to the top 10 rankings was because they defeated West Virginia, which was a top 10 team. They defeated Kansas. They were also a top 10 team. Texas, a top 10 team. Alabama, top 10 team. I think this is like the first time that a program has defeated an AP top 10 team in in 1 month, in a month span.
Yes,
And
sir.
now they play Tech.
Oklahoma.
Tech is number 10 in the nation.
Mm.
So you do it again, you have 5 just in a season, which is impressive. So
Yep.
how you feel about your boys?
Yeah, man. I knew it was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't forget a couple weeks back. It was like 2 weeks or so. Y'all said that Texas was gonna beat Oklahoma, and I said it wasn't gonna happen. And guess what
Who
happened?
said
You said it too.
that? I ain't said
Yeah, you said
that.
it. You hopped
I didn't
on.
think it would happen.
You hopped on the bandwagon, and then you know what happened that night? I said I forgot what we said, but Oklahoma won. It was about 1 point, I think.
Yeah, it was like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But we still
Tragic.
won, yeah.
For some reason, Oklahoma's beating us in every sport.
Everything smacked y'all in football. Well,
That's
the
all right.
Red River Showdown should be called Red River Beatdown because y'all getting beat boy.
Don't worry. You better hope we don't see y'all at the dance next month.
Your day coming, Karen. Your day
Yes,
coming.
sir.
Ooh, not today.
And this
Yeah,
dude
not
has
today.
This dude has the nerve to say he's from Texas.
He's never said that, but I'm just gonna agree with you. I'm gonna rock with it. You traitor.
He said that on multiple occasions. I always give him crap for it.
And you decide to wear that ugly red too, just to rub it in our face.
Yeah, man. I didn't even notice. I just put it on. But since you said it, yeah.
All right. Well, that's highlight of the week.
The highlight.
But let's get into our week 7 matchups for starting 5. The first one, Jeff, your team versus my team. Warriors versus the Mavs. Of course, I love my Mavs. And it's blasphemous that I'm doing this on Dirk's episode.
Ooh.
But I'm going with the Warriors. Because I have no faith in my Mavs right now.
Oh, man. Dang.
I didn't see that one coming. That's crazy.
That is wild.
I'm sorry, Dirk.
But I did see it coming because I'm picking the Warriors too. Mavs not winning this game, man.
I'm glad you guys are coming to your senses.
No, just
because we're making the playoffs. Oh, let's go.
Oh, we ain't say that.
Nuggets versus the Lakers.
Tough.
Who you got, Kyron? Because me and you, we're riding with Jokic as MVP front runner.
Yeah, this is damn. It's kind of tough. I'm picking the Lakers though. With the Lakers, more pieces. Like I said, they had those 2 starting 5s. So, I'm going with them.
I'm going with the Nuggets.
Oh.
Jokic dropped 47 on Defensive Player of the Year.
Rudy Gobert.
2 seasons ago. Yep. 47 points. Career high. It's not like it was 10 years ago. But it's not. I don't even need to talk about Gobert because if Jokic can drop 47, because even you said it, Jeff. If Bruce Brown guards Beal, he scores 37. But if someone else that is less of a defender than Bruce Brown guards Beal, he's dropping 50 to 80. So the fact that Jokic was able to drop 47 against Gobert, when Marc Gasol, who was a Defensive Player of the Year 10 years ago, goes up against him and gets 2 early fouls, and then when an undersized Montrezl Harrell comes in and can't guard him because we saw that in the second round of the playoffs in the bubble, how many points are you going to drop? 1,000. That's why I'm picking the Nuggets to win.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I'm picking the Nuggets just because.
What the hell? Because you like Nuggets?
Nah, man. I just feel it in my soul. You know, they gonna take this dub against the Lakers.
Oh, man. It's not going to happen.
Maybe not, but who knows?
Yeah. Clippers versus the Celtics. I picked this matchup at first because I thought, for some reason, I thought Doc Rivers was the coach of the Celtics. I forgot that was a long time ago. So I was going to come here and say, guys, I can't wait to see this one because the whole Paul George and Doc Rivers beef. Well, I forgot he's over in Philly. But anyway, who you have winning this one? Two great duos going up against each other. Tatum, Brown, the Claw, PG-13.
It's pretty simple. We're going with the Celtics. Yeah.
Oh.
Like I said before, I can't trust the Clippers.
Well, young sir, I don't agree with you on this one. I'm going with the Clippers. Marcus Smart is out for 1 or 2 weeks. So
It do not matter.
defense is going to suffer. Kemba Walker, he can't score. If he throws a ball into the lake, he still can't score. So I'm going with the Clippers.
The Lakers
Too
in the
much
basket.
firepower.
Yeah, I'm going with the Clippers. They're not going to be able. Celtics not going to be able to guard them.
No.
Just wait on it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be waiting. It ain't going to happen.
Don't call it a comeback.
Man.
Now, Doc River, his impact is already showing on this Philly team. They're number 1 in the Eastern Conference versus number 2 in the Eastern Conference, the Brooklyn Nets. So you have 1 versus 2. This will be a great matchup if Embiid comes back because I think he was out last game. But who you guys have in this one?
The Nets.
Pull my notes out. I have the Nets.
Let's go.
Nets.
I have the Nets too. If he wasn't coming back from back injury, that's keeping him out for it's day to day, so it's not anything too crucial. But if he was 100% and he hadn't missed any games recently, I would probably go with him, just because he would dominate against that Brooklyn team. And he's an MVP candidate and Defensive Player of the Year candidate. But because of the fact that he's missing time, I'm going with Brooklyn. What do you say, Jeff?
Oh, nothing.
I thought you said something about a Warrior.
No.
Oh. All right. And this last matchup, Heat and Knicks. I'm never picking the Knicks again because just like the Warriors, they always lose when I pick them. So I'm going with the Heat because Jimmy Butler is back. So Jimmy buckets. When he's on the court, the team is better. Tyler Hero is back. Dragic is coming back. He missed like a couple games. You have Avery Bradley coming back. So the whole team is back. The gang is back, so I'm going with them.
Yup. Jimmy G Buckets. That's what I call him.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G Buckets. Yeah, man. Going with the Heat. I'm gonna pull up my Tyler Hero jersey. We out here. Let's get it. We're gonna go at the Knicks. No Vaseline.
What?
Man. Jeff Cube.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. All right. Car.
I got the Heat in this one.
All right. Well, that starting five, we'll get Albert's picks offline. I'm thinking he's going to pick the Warriors, the Lakers, Celtics. Then he's going to go, you know what? I'm picking the Clippers. He's going to say, what are you going to say?
Well, you know, Melo played for the Knicks like 50 years ago. So I'm going with the Knicks.
Yeah. Well, that'll end it for episode 41, Dirk edition.
Dirk.
Let's get it.
I miss Mavs games.
Real.
I mean, they still exist.
But I can't go.
Oh, going to them.
That's what I went to was Mavs versus Clippers, and Kawhi kicked our.
But did they have Dirk?
Nope.
Nope.
Wait. No, they didn't. Either
You went-
way,
you went before like the whole shutdown, right? Like
yeah.
just last season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like when the PA announcer would now at the line shooting two. Dirk.
Yeah, man, it was great. Good times, good vibes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yep. Can't wait for them to allow more fans. So I think the Mavs they're still not allowing fans, but there's a good chunk of teams that have fans right now, like 1,200 or something like that, rather than the 20,000 that we're used to at each arena. But in due time.
Yeah, man.
Well, great episode. Albert, take your time coming back. You know, no rush.
Jinx, you owe
We're
me a
not.
soda.
Huh?
I said, Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Oh, I'm out there. For some reason, Jeff always thinks that we're like Siamese twins or something, and we say it at the same time. And
We
I always
do.
say it way ahead of before you even think of it.
What?
Anyway, go ahead and close us out.
All right.
All right. My favorite part of pod ties.
Dylan thinks he knows me.
We do.
We're gonna say this the worst part of pod ties.
No edge. You think you know me?
Oh no.
On this day, hit the like button.
Yeah.
What?
We'll get you in the studio. I like that.
Man, brought out the headbanging music.
Heck yeah, man.
Sir. I want to spear somebody.
Heck yeah, spirit this microphone. Or better yet, spirit that subscribe button.
Yeah. Do it.
Do it now. I'm not waiting this time because you already did it.
Hey,
Oh.
okay.
Hit that subscribe button, join the ties, because we always litty in this thing, man.
You know it.
The ties are strong. They keep getting stronger. It's like we're in the gym lifting the weights, and them ties are just growing like muscles. Besides that bell, that notification bell, Albert's not here to do it. So someone's going to have to take over. Who wants to take over that responsibility?
Dirk.
All right.
Yeah.
That notification bell. We need you to destroy it.
Boy going crazy.
Hey, low-key, that actually look pretty lit. Do you think you know me?
For real. Go crazy.
Yeah, no Chris Brown.
What?
All right. Was that all three?
That was all three.
Okay. All right, guys and ladies.
Guys and gals.
We appreciate you. We'll see you for our Super Bowl preview episode.
Let's go.
I think we're going on a guys trip for this one.
Hey, we're going to Tampa.
Yes, sir.
Let's
go.
Rock. I love the block.
So stay tuned. It'll be an interesting, fun episode as always. I'm 1/4 the Pod Ties, Dylan. That's Jeff. Drip Jeff in the building.
Drip Jeff.
That's the one, the only, Kyron.
Yes, sir.
Albert, the original. We'll be back. Until next time, peace, posters.
We are out.